Hello friends, how are you? I hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name's Rayleigh. I like to build in The Sims. Sorry, I was picking a piece of hair off my chair. Ooh, the rhymes are coming out. It is 9 o'clock for me, folks. 9 o'clock in the evening. Rayleigh is tired. Rayleigh did not sleep well last night. It is a time to be Rayleigh. That's me. Hello, this is a collab, kind of. Giulia from Giulia Builds and I used the same house as a reference, and then we built it to see how the other person would build it. So if you would like to see her video, you should wait till the end of my video and then go watch hers. I'll have it linked for you because I'm sure it is stellar. I haven't seen it yet, but I did see a shot of her interior, and if you know Giulia from Giulia Builds, you would not be surprised to find out she has made a custom fireplace out of objects you wouldn't have used for a fireplace. I know, imagine that. For those of you who don't know Giulia Builds, I don't know if you live on another planet, as Giulia likes to say, but you should watch her build. She's incredibly creative with her interior furnishings. I love her to pieces. She has such a big ol' heart, and she just wants to save all the animals out there. And she's great. She's fantastic. We talk almost every day. And this is our second collab now, which is so exciting. Let's talk about this build. This build is funky. In all of my editing, I've been calling it the inside out house, but I think a better way to talk about it would be to call it the exposed frame, or the deconstructed suburban. I don't know, something along those lines, because you've got this outer shell, this exoskeleton, if you will, of what you would expect to find in a inside a house to like hold up the frame of it, but then it's on the outside of the house, and the actual house is made up of these small pod-like things. Oh, the yawns are coming and they don't stop coming. This house was really fun to figure out. It took me a bit to figure out what pieces I could use because I needed elements that could be rotated on various axes with the tool mod, which doesn't always work with the tool mod, and I cut it out of the video, but there's one point where I pulled out every single thing that looked like a stick of wood and raised them into the air and then tried to rotate them because I knew the look that I wanted, but actually accomplishing that is a whole other feat. I don't know the realities of actually playing with this because all the little floating pieces of the frame are gonna be in your way and it's gonna be hard to see. But, oh, that was my speaker turning off. But I do recommend it. I recommend you download it and explore it. I had fun, and you won't see it in this video, but you will if you stick around for the screenshots. I make a pool and like a little pool house, and there's a cute little outdoor space, but unfortunately I lost the footage. I recently got a new computer, and I used to record on my wife's computer and then transfer the footage to my laptop. And in the midst of doing that and then getting a new computer, I think some of the footage just got lost somewhere. So I'm sure I'll find it like a year from now and be like, oh, it's the video that I needed. That's great. But so there's about 4 different pods that make up the living space for this house. And there's about 3 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms. The bedrooms are pretty large, but one of the things that I really wanted to accomplish with this build is I didn't want to break up the rectangular pods too much, and I wanted to stick to their rectangular shape. So, and I wanted them all to be the same size. So, how many times can I say so? Damn. I needed everything to fit within that space, and then you'll see I used the like giant sliding doors instead of like windows for most of the ends of this, and so I didn't want to break that up because the door fills the full, what is that, 5-6 tiles, and ow, I just hit myself on my bed. And I didn't want to, like, you can't cut that in half with walls. I think you can understand what I'm saying. So it was a bit of a challenge to fit all the things that I wanted to fit. So there is only 2 bedrooms. One is a master, and then the other was made for 2, I assume, teens or preteens or kids, or one of each. Doesn't matter. It's pretty gender neutral. It's just bright and youthful, and it's a large bedroom. So perfect for a family of 4. Wow, really, the rhymes are really, they're out there. They're, oof. And there's a bunch of outdoor space. This is definitely for a family who wants to spend time outside, or they have like outdoor party situations. There's like a little barbecue pit spot, and there's a little fire, oh my god, what's it called? Barbecue spot, and there's a little hot tub moment. It's all very cool. And then the pool, and then the pool house has like activities and a bar in it. So yeah, this was fun. It was fun to build. I'm excited to see Giulia's. I think my favorite part of this build was these giant concrete columns. They are a debug item, and I just love the texture on them. I could just stare at that all day. I'm such like a visual, tactile person that the mixing and matching of textures just really revs my engine up. Oof. I love a good texture combo. The original house that this is based off of, you know those like frame things that I have on the exterior of this house, and they like make an X with wires? It has those, but like on the roof. And I really wanted to mimic that, since we have the item that looks like it, but they would not rotate on the right axis. So I couldn't get it up on the roof, and it was so sad. And I was gonna I'm gonna send a comment I didn't even make. I was going to say, I wish we had something like that could go on a roof. But really, what is the practicality of that? Like, how many times do I actually need wires that would go across a roof? Maybe not. Maybe not. But we are getting a new pack very, very soon, on Tuesday, I think. Oh my god, I will be streaming, I believe. Ooh, pack reaction in the stream, do we think? Oh, by the way, hi, I stream on Twitch now. I had my very first stream. For me, it was yesterday. For you, it was this previous Saturday. I mean, for both of us, it was the previous Saturday, but whatever, you know what I'm talking about. I had my first stream, and it went like a dream. Oh my god, the rhymes! That wasn't on purpose, I swear. It went like a dream. I'm in love with streaming. I am gonna stream, at least for now, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So come hang out with me. I'll have a link down in the description if you want to check out my Twitch. 3 different streams are at 3 different times, so depending on your time zone, you can probably catch one of them at least. That was my goal anyway. And also so that I could have like a different vibe per each stream. So like I've got a morning stream, and I've got a late night tipsy stream, and I've got like a mid-afternoon evening Saturday stream. Just to really like hit the different vibes of streaming. But it was really fun, and exploring Twitch in the past 6 months, like before I even thought or decided I was going to stream, has been so much fun. It's such a different vibe than I thought it would be. I don't know why I had all these false impressions of what Twitch is like, but I've got a couple streamers that I really freaking love their content. One of which is Katie Rage. She's one of my friends. She streams on Twitch. We met each other through Twitter, and then I found her Twitch, and I'm just freaking in love with her content. I was watching today, and I like couldn't stop laughing. It really genuinely feels like you're like hanging out with a friend, and I was editing at the same time, so it really felt like I was hanging out with a friend who was playing Sims while I was editing. And it just yeah, if you are a social person who's been struggling in our world climate, I recommend exploring a couple different Twitch streamers and see if any of them catch your eye, because they all have their own way of conducting their space, of conducting their streams, of playing their games, and there really is someone for everyone. And you know, if that someone is me for you, I wouldn't be mad about it. So come hang out. Just subtle plug there. But it's really fun. But don't worry, I'm still doing YouTube, still trying to do 2 videos a week, because I love YouTube and I love the experience of making videos. It's a totally different content creation, and I really enjoy both of them. So I'm gonna try to keep doing both. And they've been helping keep my head afloat as I navigate online schooling for the 3rd quarter. And I'm struggling. I mean, it's hard enough because I'm a senior in college and I've been in college for 7 years off and on. And I'm at a point where, for me, I talked about this in my last video and I won't go too into it because I don't want to be a downer for anybody, but I'm a very tactile person. As I talked about with the concrete, I like to be in the space. And for me, school, being on campus was a big part of it. And I'm not now. And it's sad. And it's sad that my senior year will probably be all online because I'm a social person. But that's okay. I'm starting streaming on Twitch now. So I'm getting all of my social needs via the internet as best as I can. That's what you gotta do. You figure out what you need. You gotta figure out what you can't live without. For me, it was making people laugh. And you find a way to bring it into your life despite the challenges and the hurdles. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see where I'm at a year from now, if I'm still streaming, if I'm still doing YouTube. I hope I am. I hope that this is a long-term commitment because I'm having so much fun and I'm learning so much. Not just about myself, not just about creating, but like about other people in other countries. Like I have friends like Giulia, for example, who I'm collabing with in this video, kind of, sort of. She's from Italy, and I've learned so many things about Italy that like pop culture doesn't teach you. And it's so much fun. And we've learned so much of each other. And then my other friend Whitney, she is from England, and we chat about England things and like streaming, and it's always good to find people who've lived different lives than you, and the internet has made it so much easier to find those people. And I say it's always good to find those people because I'm a firm believer that learning from people who've lived differently, learning from their stories, learning from their experiences makes you a more rounded out person. And as a child, I read a lot. And I like to think that really rounded me out as a person. Because when you read a story, you're reading someone else's perspective. You're reading someone else's story. You're learning from their mistakes, from their successes. And I'm old now. I'm old now and it's hard for me to read. But I do have the attention span to talk to people. And so I can get that same sort of feeling, that same sort of energy, just from making new friends. And making new friends is scary. I know that. And I know a lot of you are scared to make new friends. But if you see someone that you admire, if you see someone whose content makes you happy, just tell them, let them know, strike up a conversation and see where it goes. And if they don't have the same feeling back, it could be a million reasons why they don't respond. But I promise you it's not because they hate you. They're probably just busy. Everyone is so busy. You would think the fact that so many of us are trapped in our homes would free up our time, but if anything, I have less time now. I have less time than I did when I was commuting to campus 6 days a week via public transportation. How is that possible? Explain to me how that is physically possible. I don't think quantum mechanics can explain it. I don't think it can. Oh my God, speaking of quantum mechanics, I am in a class that is supposed to be teaching me methods to date artifacts archaeologically. So not how to strike up a romance, not that kind of dating, but rather how to find an artifact and use scientific methods to determine when that artifact was last used, created, kind of depends on the object. That kind of vibe. You feel? You feel. The first 2 days of class, and this is a 3-hour class, mind you. It's a 3-hour class that I go to twice a week. The first 2 days, all he did was talk about quantum mechanics. And my other friend and I, who also streams, you should check her out. Her name's Kira. She's a variety streamer. I'll link her in the description too. She and I could not pay attention, and we also both discovered Genshin Impact at the same time, and there was an Ooblets update, so it's been a little dangerous because we can just play video games during class, which is not good. I don't recommend it. Don't do it. Don't make the mistake I have made. But I had no idea what he was talking about. He was talking about quantum mechanics the whole time, and I get that he was trying to set up the foundation of these theories that we're learning and these methods. And I understand that, but he clearly really is interested in quantum mechanics, and he did not try. He did not try to dumb down for me. I can't be pretty and smart, okay? It's just too much work. It's too much pressure. I can't be good at everything. It's too much work. So I needed him to dumb down the quantum mechanics a bit, but also I wasn't feeling well that day in class. So I wasn't my normal self where I'm not afraid to ask questions. I just was so tired I couldn't be bothered to ask questions. And then by the time I was feeling better to ask questions, 3 different class days later, I was so lost that I don't think I could ask a question. I don't think I could frame a question that would help me catch up in the class. And so now I'm in this awful limbo where I don't know what he's talking about. I have no idea, and it's a 500 level class. I really gotta get my shit together and catch up on that. And I will. I know myself. I'll figure it out at some point. But for right now, I can just see myself floundering, flailing like a lost dog in the wind. And I'm worried. I'm worried about my grade point average. But you know what? I say that, but grade point averages, it's just the society's way of holding us to a capitalistic standard that doesn't actually represent who we are as people or where we're at intellectually. And yes, having a good GPA opens up opportunities. For example, having a good GPA has given me additional grant money that I don't have to pay back to the government but can pay my rent. And I'm grateful for that opportunity, and I'm grateful that my GPA got me that. But I also feel like GPA is a little bit like your credit score. The whole point of having a good credit score is to use it, right? And when you use your credit score, it brings it down a little bit. And maybe this is just me cashing in on my GPA. I've kept a good GPA for quite some time. I'm reaching a point where I'm not totally depending on those loans coming in. Maybe this is when I cash in on my GPA a little bit and I take care of my mental health, even if my GPA suffers. Because I have a good enough GPA that even if it does suffer, I won't suffer as a person academically. Does this make sense? Did I rationalize it enough? Have I talked you into convincing me that it's okay? Because that's really what is happening right now, is I'm trying to rationalize not trying in my difficult class. I'm a very persuasive person. I don't need you to tell me that. I already know. And I think I made a solid argument. It is very much like a good credit score. In all seriousness, it really isn't the end of the world if you don't have a quote-unquote good GPA. There is a reason that there's a phrase called C's get degrees. When you're applying for a job, they don't know what your GPA was unless you tell them. And as someone who used to interview people for a living and saw a million resumes and helped people make resumes, do not put your GPA on your resume unless it is spectacular. And even then, work experience is going to count for more. It really is. They just want to see you completed a degree. They don't necessarily care what your grade point was. to be honest. And sometimes they don't even care what your degree was in. They just want to see that you completed something. Oh my God, this voiceover has been all over the place. But if you are a regular here, you know that's just to be expected. And we are nearing the end. No, we're not. We're still in the screenshot. I got way too excited. This is the second time I've recorded this voiceover, because the first time I tried to put it with face cam and I just kept like scratching my face and yawning, and I was like, nah, I can't do this. I gotta record this again. This is a mess. So I saved you from that. You're welcome. I hope you're freaking grateful. I love you guys. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be here and to have this opportunity and to share my content and have it be consumed by strangers on the internet. Y'all are crazy and I love it. Thank you so much. I hope you can tell how much happiness this whole experience has brought me. And I hope it brings you happiness, because to be honest, like, yes, I do this for me as a creative outlet, but I also do this for you because I want you to feel like your time was respected, like you had a good time, like you want to come back and hang out more, like you want to hang out with me on streaming Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I'll be honest, I don't know if I've mentioned it yet because I have recorded this voiceover twice and I don't remember what happened in the last stream versus now. I just touched the thing under my chair and there's grease on my hands now. Oh God. We're at the screenshots. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you liked this video, if you like this style of building. Maybe I'll try it again. I have a couple other similar designs that I want to try. And let me know if you check out my Twitch. Come say hi. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, you can see the precise times in your time zones on Twitch itself. So check it out. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Later, Gators.